Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to My Time to Journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Ouch. Good morning, good morning. I just banged my elbow. Okay. I did a lot of cutting because I have a lot of cutting to cut today. And I've already done my journaling. Now, you know when I do that, it usually backfires, but I don't think it's going to backfire today. I'm watching all this horrible coverage on the BBC of Ukraine. It's just horribly tragic. Horribly tragic. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. How can this happen in today's world? That's as far as I'm going to go. If anybody from Ukraine is watching, I sincerely doubt that. I'm saying that jokingly. Of any kind of Ukrainian descent, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I will say in America, we're breathing a sigh of relief that our current president is not Trump. Because we might be, I don't know what would happen. It wouldn't be good. Because he's on Putin's side. Big time. So, no more of that. No more of that. No politics. I came across a YouTuber that, probably because my algorithm includes anybody on this great earth that does collage. And he is, I think his name was Poetology. He does a lot of found words, poetry, which is cool. But he made a frame around one of his spreads. And I thought, that is fabulous. It was a frame of people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this area of Africa, not only this area, but this is one of the areas that is known for its very majestic, very proud, very in charge, very authoritarian women. So I'm like, why don't we cut out a bunch of women and make a frame around some beautiful fabric? Pictures of fabric. Okay, let's do that. So that's what we're going to do. It might be very simple because all the legwork was done in the cutting of the women. Now, mine might be a little too big for this journal size. But you know what? They're so beautiful and their colors and their clothing is so beautiful. I'm just going to go with it. So I don't know how much of this piece of paper is going to show. Yep, I'm back home. Probably going to be for 5 or 6 days. Just because my husband is not going to be able to go to the beach before I go to Missouri. And so I am home to spend some time with him. If only he'd come in my craft room and stay here. We could craft together, but he doesn't have the same affinity for craft that I do. The same love. But he is planting flowers, so I guess he does his thing and I do my thing when it comes to crafting, right? Okay. I'm trying not to put anything across the seam these days because it's getting quite, not nearly as lumpy as some of my projects, but it's getting lumpy. And I have 6 more spreads, I think I counted. So that might be exactly the amount of time. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Before I go to Missouri. So here's some ladies in their beautiful clothing. I'm trying to get this in the camera. These are just off of Pinterest. These beautiful, and these are all hopefully women from Mali. Oh, they're just stunning. I tried to keep as much as their jewelry and head pieces as possible. This lady had a gigantic basket. This lady had a huge basket of melons, I think. Not lemons, but maybe melons. This one, she's stunning. And I'm using these ladies twice because I'm going to put them at the top. Now, every journaler is cringing because I'm covering everything up. You know what? I might save these for another spread. I also made a photocopy of 2 spreads ago, which I love. This might go on here. Oh, here's another lady. Her face, she's beautiful. So I want to kind of put these around the edges. The guy that did this has much more space than I do. Oh, I may not even get all of these guys in here, actually. There's too much red on one side. I just think they're beautiful. Now, where am I going to put the journaling? I hate to cover up some of these beautiful earrings, but I might. No. You know what I'm going to do? I saw this on somebody else's video. I'm like, oh, that's one way to save room. Okay, we're going to put this lady down. And I'm home, so it's easier to upload here. So I'll try not to do quite as many voiceovers and talk with you at the same time. The beach internet is just so touchy, and it comes and goes. Probably a third of my videos, when I'm uploading, it cuts off. It comes right back on, but in the meantime, it's cut off, and my upload has to start all over again. The speed is faster than it used to be, or at least that I remember. That's why my videos are so short, but it's still not dependable. That's why I can't communicate with the printer at the beach, because it cuts it off all the time. Okay, my journaling is going to go right here, but I'm going to fold it. So really, I only need a space about that big. There, I don't have to cover up this lady's beautiful earrings. I am taking my Hobonichi on my trip. Oh, there, that's great. Great. Okay, now. But I'm not taking anything else. I think I'd just take a glue. I don't even know if I'll take a glue stick. Yeah, I might take a glue stick. And glue in like receipts and things like that. I cut this lady's arms so that I could get around her head better. But once you glue it down, you can't tell that I cut her arms. So this is mud cloth in the background. And then all these beautiful ladies. It's not looking like that, guys, at all. There's no frame here, but I at least got all these gorgeous ladies in here. Now, I'm going to cut her down a little bit. Where should I put her in? She's the only one that has markings on her face. This lady looks a little bit more modern. I'm going to put her on another page. Not modern, but she's in more modern clothing instead of indigenous clothing. Oops, wait a second. Oh, there's nothing I can put on here that will add any more color than what's already there, right? I am going to, oh, is that? I left one of my containers at the beach. I think I have some circles in here. Some of my own circle stickers that I painted. Somewhere. Maybe they're in here? They might be at the beach. My box of stuff is at the top of the stairs. Could cut a circle out of that. That's not colored. All right, we're just gonna yeah, last night I watched tons of this coverage, mainly from the BBC, because our coverage is pitiful, in my opinion. My opinion. All right, it's gonna have to be a small dot because my other hole puncher is in that container. And I hate to say this, but I have lost something. Remember when I bought those little, what are those? These watercolors. Tombai, what are they called? I can't read Japanese. Tombai something or others. And I have some in a container at the beach. I had a little case that just had 12 colors. Cannot find it anywhere. These are not cheap. I'm very upset with myself. I didn't even want to admit that I may have lost one of these dudes. I know they're all out of order now, but they have the numbers on the bottom. I've looked at the beach. Maybe when I pack stuff up, I'll find it. I'm pretty sure I took it to the beach, but I can't find it for the life of me. Carty, do you know where I put it? Carty usually knows. Okay, let's see here. I just want to... Oh, I did this the wrong way, didn't I? Well, it's going like that. So you know to pull this tab. West Africa has a huge history of gold. In the Middle Ages, 2/3 of all gold came from West Africa. I'm reading a book, I, being Michael Palin, I'm reading a book about Mungo Park, a 1700s explorer, his trip into the interior of Africa and the area of the Niger River. Third largest river in Africa, 2,600 miles. Right now, it's market day right here, right before the holiday of Tabaski. Reminds me of Marrakesh. There's so many people getting ready to do a offering and all of that. Kind of not trying to talk about offerings. Ugh. I know it's a tradition, but ugh, still gives me the creeps. Okay. I love this. Love this. Those women are fabulous. Maybe a woman needs to go talk to Putin. How about that, Putin?